If you want to hear about the world's most isolated settlement from one of its natives, please start watching the video. Right now, I want you to imagine such an island where a kind of loneliness exists that you won't find anywhere else in the world. You don't hear the noise of a city in your ears. No cars, no airplanes, not even the sound of birds. Only wind, ocean, and silence. The nearest landmass is 3,000 kilometers away, so if something happens to you, you can't be rescued. To get here, you have to set off from the port of Cape Town, South Africa. Let's say you've set off. For this journey, you'll need to spend between 6 to 18 days of your life just to arrive. And if you miss the ship, don't even imagine catching the next day's ship, because the next one doesn't come for weeks, sometimes even months. So being stranded here isn't an accident, it's a way of life. This is Tristan da Cunha, the most isolated island in the world. But within this desolation, 226 permanent islanders still live. So why and how? With a way of life and traditions you've never heard of. Today I want to tell you all the details of the land where I was born and raised. If you're curious, then let's begin. Tristan da Cunha is located right in the middle of the South Atlantic Ocean and was once discovered by the Portuguese explorer Tristan da Cunha. In 1506, he managed to approach the island with his ship but couldn't land due to massive waves. Still, since that day, the island has carried his name. The British arrived on the island in 1816. At that time, Napoleon was exiled on the island of St. Helena, so the British were afraid that the French might use Tristan as a base to rescue Napoleon. That's why they stationed their soldiers on the island. But then, no one came. The soldiers returned home, except for a few. Because they loved the isolation, they chose to stay in this forgotten corner of the world. In other words, they were our great-great-grandfathers. Today we live here as their descendants. As of October 2025, our total population is 226. The island population is so small that we all know each other. And almost all of us are related to one another. Because imagine this, the island only has 6 surnames. I can even list them for you. Green, Glass, Swain, Rogers, Repetto, and Lavarello. But the largest families are Green, Swain, Repetto, and Glass. Even young children, while still in school, already know who they are likely to marry. Meeting someone new is nearly impossible. Because of our strict conditions, an ordinary outsider cannot come and settle on our island. The only way to live here permanently is either to be born here or to marry someone from here. Sometimes we criticize this system ourselves, but we also believe it's the reason we are so deeply connected to one another. Here, no one locks their doors because there is no theft, no crime, no violence. That's why there are no police officers on our island. If a disagreement arises, the elders step in and solve it. Then everyone shakes hands, and life continues as it was. For those of you watching from countries with millions of people, this may seem strange, but for us it's just normal. In fact, think of it this way. Your apartment complex might hold 226 people. Our entire island has only 226, and here in one of the loneliest corners of the world, we live like a family. The island's only settlement is called Edinburgh of the Seven Seas. Here we have one school, one church, one post office, and a single bar, the Albatross. So this is the island's only social hub. If you come as a tourist, you'll find Café da Cunha waiting for you. Souvenirs, local handicrafts, and sometimes a warm bowl of soup. But since credit cards aren't accepted, I advise you to come prepared, because only British pounds are valid. And of course, we also have a museum, the Thatched House Museum. Built from volcanic rocks with its traditional roof, it's like a doorway to the past. We also have a heart-shaped lake. When we climb the 1961 volcano, we can see it more clearly. We have a small hospital, but of course, serious cases are sent to South Africa. Our biggest problem here is that getting to South Africa depends on a sea journey that lasts for days. And an even bigger problem, if the weather gets worse, the ship can't depart. That's why even a simple toothache can turn into a major issue here. Childbirths are also risky, unfortunately. Our women usually go to South Africa to give birth. But in 2020, due to the pandemic, no one could leave the island for the first time. And coincidentally, in that year, for the first time in many years, a baby was born on the island. That meant hope for all of us. Because sadly, our island has long had an aging population. We don't have a factory or a shopping mall. We try to get everything from nature. Our most cultivated crop is potatoes, but our main source of income is lobster. 70% of the island's revenue comes from these lobsters. I don't know if you've ever had the chance to taste Tristan lobster, but it's one of the most delicious types in the world. So if you come across it somewhere, please try it, just for the sake of having watched this video. When the sea calms down, the men board their boats early in the morning and go lobster fishing. Then they freeze their catch and ship it to Europe. For example, during the pandemic, when the ships couldn't set sail, our market shelves emptied, and fruits and vegetables ran out. But our lobsters never ran out. Since then, we still smile when we say, while the world was starving, we were fed by the sea. Tristan is also a haven for wildlife. Rockhopper penguins, Atlantic yellow-nosed albatrosses, and massive seal colonies. This protected wildlife can only continue to exist not just by being watched, but by being respected. We run joint projects with RSPB, the Bluebelt program, and Cape Town University. Tristan is actually an active volcano. Right in the center of the island rises Queen Mary's Peak, standing at 2,000 meters high. When it erupted in 1961, lava swallowed the village. The entire island was evacuated. Our people were taken to England. But a few years later, they wanted to come back. My grandfather once said, "In England we had warm homes and hospitals. But our hearts were here, on top of this rocky land." And so they returned. They rebuilt their homes right on top of the lava. Today we, their grandchildren, still live in those homes. Time moves slowly in Tristan. Here you hear nothing but the sound of the wind, the sea, and the cows. Thousands of birds live here, but none of them sing. In our view, the lack of hunting on the island has taken away their need to sing. When the wind blows hard, we go to the fields. Each of us has a small potato garden behind our house. We have a small world, but each of us has a role. So if one person's work is delayed, the entire island is affected. Because here, we are all part of one another's lives. On weekends, everyone gathers for braai, the South African-style barbecue. We sing songs, we play guitar. It's a joyful and fulfilling activity for us. There is no soft soil on the island. That's why we don't have a cemetery. So when we lose a loved one, we hold a small ceremony and send the coffin to the mainland by boat. Thus our funerals take place in South Africa. Yes, this is the saddest reality of our island. But for us, it's something we're used to. Because for us, even death is part of nature's cycle. There is a primary school on the island, but no high school. When children grow up, they go to England for their education. Some come back, some don't. But in recent years, things have started to change. And for the first time, a young girl from our island went to university. And as an island, we sent her off as if she were our own child. It was a different kind of experience and pride for us, because her success was the gateway for Tristan to connect with the world. Some people describe this island as paradise, but in our view, sure, it's a beautiful place. But not paradise, because certain limitations can get on our nerves sometimes. For example, we get our electricity from solar panels. But if the sky is cloudy, the solar panels are left in the dark. Our phone line sometimes doesn't work for weeks, but when it does work, it's free. Internet is very weak. And yet, even with all this, I can't say we complain much. Because in this silence, we can all still hear one another. Yes, this is one of the last places the modern world can't reach. And we live here by the rules of nature. In the shadow of a volcano, guided by the wind's direction, the sound of the sea, and our trust in one another. If one day you wish to come here, remember this first. If you miss the ship, you'll stay here with us. But maybe you'll want to stay. Because for us, this island is not the most distant place on Earth. Perhaps it's the place where humanity is closest together. If you enjoyed this video, for more hidden traditions, forgotten rituals, and mind-blowing true stories, follow my channel 3.Discovery and support me by liking the video, because we reveal the unseen corners of the world. And this is only the beginning.